we are talking fats. Fats as they involve the skin. But fats really as they involve everything in the body. We talked about the distinction between fats and water. Very important distinction to make. It's not just in the name of science. It's in the name of our wallets and our pocketbooks. Because if we don't understand the distinction between fats and watery ingredients, fat-soluble and water-soluble ingredients, lipo ingredients, and hydro ingredients, lipophilic and hydrophilic ingredients, we are very likely it's very likely that we're going to be wasting our money, especially in the world of skincare, because so many active materials, so many ingredients that you need for your skin are fat-soluble, but products tend to have water-soluble ingredients, and they don't tell you that. So you'll see ascorbic acid in a product, and you'll think you're getting yourself some vitamin C, and it's going to help you with your skin, but because it's water-soluble, it's not. Likewise with an ingredient called hyaluronic acid, which so many people seem obsessed about these days. I'm not sure why. I know there's a lot of commercials now for hyaluronic acid containing creams. Well, hyaluronic acid isn't going very far in your skin because it is the quintessential water-soluble molecule. You don't see that on your Neutrogena commercial. You don't hear that anywhere. So you're going to say, oh, well, hyaluronic acid is important for my skin, helps protect from wrinkles, and it's anti-aging. Yeah, but it has to get down into the dermis to do its work. And it isn't going to do that. There's no way it's going to do that. That's why it has to be injected. So much for your Neutrogena hyaluronic acid cream, or whatever it is that you put hyaluronic acid in. And you'll get some topical effects from HA, hyaluronic acid certainly, but you're not going to get the real good effects unless you build your own. You got to have a fat-soluble ingredient if you want penetration, and this is really, really an important distinction to make. Here's another thing about fats, and I'll tell you, this is probably the most important thing about fats, especially essential fats, but really all fats. Fats equals inflammation, for better or worse. This is the most fundamental aspect of health, and it is in the wheelhouse of fats. Fats hit this inflammation, anti-inflammation aspect of disease out of the ballpark. Fats equal inflammation and anti-inflammation. Now, all nutrients, certainly water-soluble and fat-soluble, are going to be involved in the biochemistry of inflammation. Vitamin C is anti-inflammatory, the B complex and electrolytes, they're all water-soluble, but they're going to play a role in inflammation. But this is really in the wheelhouse, the realm of fats when we talk about inflammation and anti-inflammation. And that's not just taking them, it's also absorbing them. Fat absorption, if you got a gallbladder taken out, intestinal problem, liver problem, any kind of issue that impairs your ability to process fats from the stomach to the pancreas to the gallbladder to the liver to the intestine, probiotics, good bacteria, anywhere, you're going to have an inflammatory problem. And because all chronic degenerative disease is about inflammation, it equals EFAs and fats. CDD, chronic degenerative disease, in many ways equals fats and fat absorption. Inflammation, anti-inflammation, in your head, when you hear those words, think fats and fat absorption, and especially EFAs, because they're essential. That means you got to get them. You got to ingest them. Essential, meaning you got to ingest them. You can start to see here why fats and fat absorption and intake of essential fatty acids and utilization or absorption or processing of them, this is the critical element. The critical element when it comes to inflammation, anti-inflammation, which is all disease. All disease, all chronic breakdown, long-term degenerative disease, from acne to atherosclerosis to arthritis, you name it. Autoimmune diseases, cancer, yes, cancer itself, the emperor of all diseases, is about inflammation, meaning it's about fats. All the misery, all the pain, all the money spent, all the resources and time allocated for our health is really about inflammation. And inflammation is essential fats on some level. So you can start to see how unbelievably important these things are. And by the way, when it comes to inflammation and anti-inflammation, it's not exactly the EFAs. The EFAs have to be activated. They have to be clicked in. They have to be turned on. Turned on or activated essential fatty acids that affect or that are responsible for inflammation and anti-inflammation are called eicosanoids. Now that's a mouthful. Eicosanoids, eico, E-I-C-O means 20, or eicoso means 20. That's because there's 20 carbons in an eicosanoid. Eicosanoid, oid means hormone, steroid. OID, 20 carbon hormones. That's basically what they are. Eicosanoids are hormones in the sense they cause something to happen in the skin. And eicosanoids are activated essential fatty acids. So when you eat EFAs, you're eating hormones, at least precursors to them. When you eat your EFAs, when you take your EFAs, you're taking in precursor to hormones, inactivated hormones. Let's just call them inactivated hormones because that's what they are. EFAs are deactivated hormones, among other things. They do a lot of things, but let's just, for now, EFAs are inactive hormones. The body switches them on, they become hormones. That means they make things happen in a cell. That's what a hormone does. A hormone makes things happen in a cell. It's a little key that opens up a lock on a cell and makes things happen, and they come directly from EFAs. EFAs are inactive eicosanoids. That's amazing. If that doesn't get you on the phone ordering your ultimate EFAs and starting to take them and doing everything you do to improve absorption right away, I don't know what will, especially if you're dealing with an inflammatory health issue, which is all of them. Eicosanoids are probably the most important molecules in your body that you have never heard of, that nobody talks about. Well, they do talk about them, but they don't talk about them specifically. Anytime you hear of an anti-inflammatory drug, you're basically working with your eicosanoids, especially the non-steroidal ones. Eicosanoids are the quintessential molecules of healing, and they come from EFAs. They are EFAs. Eicosanoids are the quintessential molecules of anti-aging, and they are EFAs. When your eicosanoids are out of balance, you will be diseased. You'll have some kind of inflammation going on, and you'll be aging rapidly. When your eicosanoids are deficient, when your eicosanoids are out of balance, and that's EFAs, when your EFAs are deficient, when your EFAs are out of balance, because eicosanoids are EFAs, they are, you're guaranteed to be accelerating the aging process and the disease process. And if you're dealing with a chronic degenerative disease and you don't think you have any options, here is a major one. Major important option to drugs, to medication, to surgeries, to doctoring of any kind. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
As your body ages, there's a 10% decline in your ability to repair each passing decade after the age 28. By age 40, your ability to repair from demanding manual labor, exercise, or a stressful desk job has declined by 12%. By using One World Whey, you supercharge your body's ability to repair and eliminate inflammation. Our unique frequency-encoded whey protein, coupled with our high-quality whey, improves your cell's ability to make protein, which is to say, repair itself.
My name is Jonathan Wright, and I'm 40 years old. I recently went from a desk job to a manual labor job. Normally, I'm worn out. With energy-enhanced One World Whey, I now recover so quickly that I can perform very hard work all day long. I use energy-enhanced One World Whey for breakfast and lunch, and I experience less hunger throughout the day. I have a 30% increase in energy, and I just feel better. I plan to make energy-enhanced One World Whey a permanent part of my lifestyle.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 pain relief hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 pain hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
As the cold and flu season approaches, Silver Lungs is ready to help you and your family through the toughest of the year by supporting your immune system and overall health. From our best-selling colloidal silver generating system to our entire line of silver-based skin gels, nasal sprays, soaps, and silver solutions. Silver solutions remain one of nature's most powerful and least expensive antibacterial agents. Now you can produce your own for pennies a day in the comfort of your home using the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. Learn more today at www.silverlungs.com.
Okay, so we're talking about the unbelievable importance of essential fats and essential fatty acids. From now on, when you hear about essential fatty acids, you want to think inactive eicosanoids, inactive hormones. Or you can think of activating your eicosanoids and activating your hormones, your eicosanoid hormones. Hormones, in general, make things happen. Eicosanoids make things happen likewise. But they're a little weird when it comes to hormones. First of all, they're the hormones of healing. The hormones of healing. They are also the hormones, when they're out of balance, of inflammation. And you actually probably have heard of eicosanoids, even if you haven't heard that word, because prostaglandins are eicosanoids. Thromboxanes, leukotrienes, those are the three major kinds of eicosanoids. And pretty much all anti-inflammatory drugs work via eicosanoids. Eicosanoids are the immediate link between what a cell does and the environment, our environment. When we have a change in our environment, we eat something, we supplement with something, we breathe something. By the way, eicosanoids and asthma go hand in hand. When we eat something, we supplement, we breathe something in, an eicosanoid effect is going to be initiated. Boom, just like that. As soon as you put something in your mouth, as soon as you even think about putting something in your mouth, an eicosanoid effect is initiated. Something will happen in a cell. And usually it involves something the cell needs to do to protect itself. That's called inflammation. When we eat something, you get an eicosanoid change. Somehow, somewhere, eicosanoids are affected and we get inflammation. Anything we eat, anything we breathe, anything we put into our bodies or that changes the environment of our bodies is going to initiate an eicosanoid protective effect. That's called inflammation. Other things that eicosanoids can cause is cell division, cell growth. Sometimes eicosanoids will cause cells to squirt out proteins. Pretty much everything a cell does, especially immune system cells, especially white blood cells, in fact, especially blood vessel cells. Those are I don't want to say the two, but they're two of the most important cell families that are dependent on the actions of eicosanoids. Everything is, of course, but the immune system and the blood vessels have such an amazing relevance to health. This is how blood vessels expand and contract quickly. This is how the immune system kicks in quickly. Eicosanoids are the intermediary. That's essential fatty acids. I hope you guys are hearing when I say eicosanoids, I'm saying essential fatty acids, ultimate EFAs, omega-3s, omega-6s. Can you see why these things are so important? I mean, it would be impossible to really say how important they are because they're that important. EFAs equals eicosanoids, eicosanoids equals everything, especially inflammation and anti-inflammation, which means disease and aging. This is why so many drugs work on some level by affecting eicosanoids. Drug companies love opening and closing blood vessels. Drug companies love shutting down the immune system or perhaps activating it. Drug companies love to work with these fundamental aspects of biology because they can get powerful effects. This is where the idea of anti-medicine comes from. Anti-medicine is antihypertensives and anti-inflammatories and anticoagulants and antidepressants and anti-everything. And if you don't think EFAs and eicosanoids affect the brain, by the way, they do. And there's a role that they play in depression. And antidepressants, some of them anyway, will work this way by affecting eicosanoids. Pretty much, I don't say all drugs, but probably the very large majority of them work by blocking eicosanoids. In fact, there's two major ways that inflammation and immunity can be affected by drugs. One is by steroids, prednisone. Whenever you hear "own" at the end of a word, prednisone, beta-methasone, dexamethasone, you're talking about a steroid. O-N-E, own, means steroid in the world of chemistry talk. So one of the classes, major classes of inflammatory medicine or of anti-inflammatory medicine is steroids, ONs. The other ones are non-steroids. That's what they call them, non-steroidal. If you ever heard the term NSAID, N-S-A-I-D, that stands for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Why are they non-steroidal? Because they work by eicosanoids, which are activated EFAs. Aspirin works by affecting your activated EFAs. Naproxen works by affecting your activated EFAs. Tylenol works by affecting your activated EFAs. These are all essential fatty acid drugs, or at least their mechanism involves essential fatty acid drugs. Asthma drugs, as well as other drugs that are used for autoimmune disease, many of them work by blocking eicosanoids. They're non-steroidal, meaning they don't work like a steroid, they work like an eicosanoid. Aspirin works with prostaglandins, Vioxx and Celebrex, perhaps you've heard of those. That works with another type of eicosanoid, the thromboxanes. And asthma drugs like Singulair, that one works by affecting leukotrienes. It's actually called a leukotriene receptor antagonist, LRA. It blocks essential fatty acids. Leukotrienes are a version of essential fatty acids, active essential fatty acids. I hope you guys are getting that you want to get on your EFAs, especially if you're dealing with a disease, a degenerative disease, or any kind of inflammation. Eicosanoids are our inflammation hormones. They are anti-inflammation hormones. You don't have inflammation, anti-inflammation, unless you've got some kind of eicosanoid action, and that's why anti-inflammatory drugs utilize eicosanoids. It's also why anti-inflammatory drugs, especially aspirin, may have horrible side effects. One of the leading causes of drug overdoses, of deaths due to drug overdose, is aspirin. And also Tylenol is a problem too. That's because you're throwing your eicosanoids out of balance. You can't just mess around with your eicosanoids pharmacologically. Yes, if you have pain or something, I'm not anti-drugs in terms of pain, and these things are tremendous effects on modulating pain because of their effects on inflammation, but not long-term. Long-term use of aspirin, long-term use of naproxen, that's where we run into a problem. Perhaps the very reason why we need the aspirin in the first place has to do with out of balance eicosanoids. If you're on aspirin every day, and that's for blood clotting as well as for arthritis or any for its anti-inflammatory effects, or any anti-inflammatory drug every day for the rest of your life, you may want to think about working with your eicosanoids, i.e. your essential fatty acids. Okay, I'm Pharmacist Benny. Okay, we are back on the bright side from the journal Bipolar. I think that's the name of this journal here. Where the heck is it? From the journal Bipolar Disorders, Pennsylvania State University. Research: lower availability of omega-3 fatty acids associated with bipolar disorder. People with bipolar disorder have lower levels of omega-3 fats that cross the blood-brain barrier. What does that mean? Well, it means you have higher levels relatively, because it's all in proportion. They're in proportion with each other. You have higher levels of omega-6s. Omega-6 fats are pro-inflammatory. Does that mean that you want to avoid omega-6s? No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means you want to make sure you have enough omega-3s in balance with your omega-6s. That's where the whole idea of balance comes from. The problem is, as we've said so many times, and you probably heard so many times, we get way more omega-6 containing oils in our culture than we do omega-3s. That's not to say we get the omega-6s themselves, but we get way more of the oils that contain the omega-6s. Whether we get, how much we get of either omega-6 or omega-3s is really kind of up for debate. Nobody knows exactly, but if you want to pick one to supplement with, it will be the omega-3s because of the idea that we're getting all the oils with omega-6s. But you're probably best off doing both, 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio, omega-6s to omega-3s, something like that. Nobody knows for sure. If you're really positive that you're getting lots of oils with omega-6s in them and you're not cooking with them, then you may want to get a little less omega-6s. Ultimately, EFAs are the way to go. They're balanced for you. And go by your effects. Go by your inflammatory effects. Go by your fat cravings. In other words, you should have less inflammatory symptoms, and that includes depression and bipolar disorder. And you should have less blood clotting. You should have less inflammatory pain. And you should have less cravings for fats, too. Once you get enough of your EFAs, you're going to find you crave fats less as well. Tomorrow we'll talk about a very important omega-6, and I'll tell you about the two most important control points for controlling your eicosanoids. We have control over the kinds of and the amounts of eicosanoids that our bodies will be secreting based on two major things that we do on a daily basis. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and then we'll talk about a really cool omega-6 omega-6 EFA derivative that's got some wonderful eicosanoid effects on the skin. And if you have any skin diseases, eczema, psoriasis in particular, you have, by definition, an eicosanoid problem, which means, remember, eicosanoids equal EFAs. You have an EFA issue, either intake or absorption, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow and in the coming days on the bright side. Okay, time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number, and we do have lines open for you. Let's go to Texas and welcome Fidel to the bright side. What's up, Fidel?
Yes, good morning, Ben. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm 28 years old. Okay. I'm starting to get noticeable fine lines on my face.
Oh, no.
And I wanted to see what skincare products or product from your skin line do you recommend to address this issue?
Okay. Great question. Thank you for asking. So now let me ask you a couple questions, okay? What's your body type? Are you lean, built lean and mean kind of thing? Or are you rounder? Or tell me a little bit about your body type, height to weight, that kind of thing.
I'm about 6'3", 265 pounds.
Okay. So the reason I ask is because 28 is a little bit young to start to notice those fine lines, although it's not unusual, unfortunately. And that typically means that you've got a body type that is what we say androgenic as opposed to estrogenic. There's two major body types, two classes, if you will. Of course, there's zillions of body types, but there's two major classes. Androgenic, meaning you produce lots of male hormones, or relative, not lots, but relative to female hormones, you're more male hormone producer, and vice versa. Estrogenic body type has nothing to do with being a man or a woman. For anybody listening, has nothing to do with your sexuality or gender or any of that stuff. It's just some of us are predominant on one side, some of us are predominant on the other, and it usually is guys who are and women who are more androgenic or who are relatively higher androgen producers who are going to get those crow's feet. Now, 6'3", you said 6'3", 280, or what did you say now? 6'3", 260?
Yeah, 6'3", 265.
Okay, did you gain weight as you got older kind of thing, or were you always a big guy?
I started to gain a little bit weight.
Okay. So all that's telling me that your hormones are starting to get thrown off, and it's not unusual, as I say, at the age of 28. That's really when it begins, although that is unfortunately kind of early. So you're going to want to do a couple things. First of all, you're going to want to focus on the fats, which we just talked about, and that means internally. Get yourself on the ultimate EFAs and anything you could do to improve fat absorption. However, from a topical perspective, internally is the key, no doubt about that. But from a topical perspective, there's lots you could do. Probably if you want to pick one product, I would tell you is my Truth Serum. If you want to pick two, do the Truth Serum and the retinol gel. Both retinol and vitamin C are the key players in not just preventing wrinkles, but also in slowing down their progression and even reversing them. And unfortunately, the only way you're going to get the the retinol is in the retinol 5% gel. Now, you get away with just the retinol 5% gel because that has some vitamin C in it. It has quite a bit of vitamin C in it, but you're not going to be able to use it every day, and you may want something in the middle. You may want to go more than 3 times a week with a treatment product, and that's why I say use the Truth Serum first and then the retinol gel second. Those would be the two that I'd recommend right off the bat. But don't forget the internal side. That's really the most important thing, is the EFAs and the eicosanoids. Did I answer your question there, bro?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, good deal, man. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for calling. Okay, yeah, so we got 4 products. We got the Truth Retinol Gel, got the Truth Balm, got the Truth Serum, got the Omega-6 Healing Cream. If you want one product, pick your Truth Serum. If you want a second product, that's when you're going to go with the Retinol Gel. And then a third product, the Truth Balm. And then the fourth product is the Omega-6 Healing Cream, which is a multifunctional product and really works well with the Retinol Gel, hand in hand. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got a couple lines open. Let's go to On in California. What's up, On? What's going on? What's going on?
I had a stroke 2
Yes?
months ago, and I was wondering what I could do to...
Good question. Good question. Yeah, strokes. What part of your brain was affected on?
Ischemic...
Say again?
Ischemic stroke. It was like...
An ischemic stroke. Yes, an ischemic stroke. That means part of your brain didn't get chema. Chema means nourishment or oxygen. So a part of it dies. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Strokes, worse than death. It can be, anyway.
Lipitor, but I didn't take it.
Is that the only thing they put you on?
No, some...
blood thinners?
Lorazepam.
Okay, what else?
Aspirin, which you just talked about.
That's the blood thinner.
Losartan.
Losartan, okay, got it.
And
they're basically slowing you down. Are you feeling like you're slowed down there, ma'am?
Slow down.
Are you feeling slowed down, sluggish, that kind of thing? Because that's what's happening to you. All the drugs they're putting you on. If they just gave you one drug, it would zap your vitality enough that you'd feel like crap. But they're putting you on multiple ones. And the fact that you're even able to pick up the phone and call me is a testimony to the power of the life force. You are being majorly drugged, my dear. Majorly. Now, whether you need it or not, that's debatable. I don't know your condition, and I'm not going to go into that. Once our bodies begin to break down, sometimes you need emergency measures, and the idea is by slowing by slowing the body down, you reduce the load on the body. My take on it is you want to strengthen the body, not shut it down. And there's many ways to do it. Hang on, let me just say this one last thing here. It's not like we're going to eliminate your stroke, but we're going to make you feel a lot better by giving you some once you start getting on some good nutritional supplements. So hang tight, we'll finish up when we come back from our break. Don't go away, On. Okay, I'm Pharmacist Ben, and if you're out there listening and you know somebody who's had a stroke, you want to listen up. We're not going to get rid of the stroke, but we're going to make you feel a lot better. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. Talking to On in California. On, here's the deal. On had a stroke.
I'm also taking
Lodipine. Yeah. All of that is shutting your body down. That's basically what it is. Antiarrhythmics and this is the logic. Beta blockers, antiarrhythmics, anti-anxiety. I mean, everything's just anti, and it works by suppressing everything in your body. You got to be constipated. You got to be tired. You just got to feel like crap. And this is the medical model. Now, you probably think there's nothing else you could do, but there's a lot you could do. When it comes to having a stroke, part of your brain died or is gone. So, you're not getting it back. But that doesn't mean you can't start to feel better. So we all need to supplement, but if you have a stroke, you need to supplement more. We all need to be watching our foods, but if you had a stroke, you need to be watching your foods more. Number one, first and foremost, not foods, not supplementing. Start to practice slow, deep breathing. Ischemia is actually a sign that that your blood wasn't oxygenated, and it probably, if you haven't started breathing again, it's not getting any better. The drugs will only slow down breathing, slow down ventilation, make it even worse. There's no way drugs can't zap your vitality and make conditions worse. I don't know how many ways I could say this. As a pharmacist, I'm telling you, there's no way pharmacology cannot make things worse. It has to make things worse. Now, you're not even going to feel better. So your test scores will be better. That's what will be better. Anyway, slow, deep breathing. You've got to be doing it all the time. I usually tell people in the morning and night, you got to be doing it whenever you can think about it. Slow, deep oxygenation. You'll feel better right away. Within 2 or 3 minutes, you're going to start to notice you feel better. It'll improve blood supply. It'll improve nourishment to cells. You're going to feel better. Okay, it's 15 seconds. Go shoot for 15 seconds in, 15 seconds out. When you first start doing it, you'll probably be able to do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. But the point is slowly in through the nose, all the way to your toes, or at least to the bottom of your belly. There's a little catch. There's a little barrier right at our chest. You know what I'm saying? Right when you're deep breathing, there's a little wall at the top of your chest, and most of us don't go past that wall. So you got to force yourself past that wall into your belly or into the bottom of your feet to get your whole body breathed, so to speak. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, working to 15 seconds in and 15 seconds out. I'm not just talking to I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to everyone, really, but especially everyone who's had a stroke. And then the next step is going to be to lower your blood sugar. You got to make sure the blood has the lowest blood sugar possible. Sugar represents a major thickener, toxin, inflammatory substance for the blood, especially if you're dealing with any kidney problems, which you probably are. So dirty blood, that's behind everything, dirty blood. And sugar is a major source of dirt. That means reducing your intake of sweet foods, especially the super sweet ones, desserts and such. If you fall off the wagon, drink more water. That'll dilute your blood sugar a little bit. And then first thing in the morning, it's probably a good idea to drink a lot of water. And then use nutrients that help your body process sugar. The Sweet Ease is super important. 2 or 3 capsules after all your meals. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine is wonderful, incredibly important for lowering blood sugar. The B vitamins, thiamine and niacin and magnesium, there's tons of nutrients in there that will lower your blood sugar. So between drinking more water, reducing your intake of sugary foods, using the Sweeties and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, that'll take care of your blood sugar, or start you taking care of your blood sugar. And then third, cleaning the blood up by using digestive health strategies, eliminating problem foods, using your Biolumin Nightly Essence and eating fermented foods, apple cider vinegar after meals. Take your digestive enzymes with meals, your ultimate enzymes with all your meals, and apple cider vinegar, but also on an empty stomach. That can help thin the blood a little bit. Ultimate EFAs as well, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. Take those with your meals. And then in terms of additional supplements, if you want to throw in some additional supplements that you have to buy at the health food store, vitamin E, 400 international units a day, wonderful for the blood and for the circulatory system in general. Coenzyme Q10, look for oil-soluble coenzyme Q10, 100 milligrams or so a day of the CoQ10, oil-soluble, as I say. And then you might want to throw in some extra magnesium. You'll get some in the Beyond Osteo and in the BTT, but you might want to get a little extra magnesium and while you're at it, a little extra vitamin C, maybe 1,000 milligrams a day or so. And let's see what else I could tell you here. There's a really cool nutrient for the heart called carnitine or acetylcarnitine. Either way, you might want to look into that, maybe 500 milligrams or so of that a day. The goal here being to get you to feel better, not necessarily to have you bouncing around, like you were before your stroke, but to get you to feel better and increase your longevity as well and reduce your risks of further problems down the road. If you want to do one last thing, make sure you're getting enough protein. Very important for any rebuilding and healing, making sure you're getting enough protein. Bone soup, if you're not a vegetarian, bone soup is your best way to get protein. Whey protein and egg protein are also good too, of course. And take enzymes with them.
The Dr. Wallach's niacin plus and
good for you.
Cardio stick.
Good for you.
Okay.
All helpful, absolutely. But those are secondary. They're not primary. Those are secondary, but they're definitely helpful. Okay, I'm going to move on. Thank you so much for your call.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure. What's up?
In the beginning, my blood pressure was pretty good, but now it's climbing high.
Well, that's a sign that your body's in distress. Okay, could be the drug. I can't tell you what's doing it. It's a sign that your body is in some kind of emergency mode. Everything I told you will help lower your blood pressure. Blood pressure is a generic sign that there's something wrong. The body perceives there's an emergency. Via the oxygenation, eliminating problem foods, lowering your blood sugar, getting on a supplement program, making sure you're getting all your nutrients from foods as well as supplements, that's going to help relax the body. Your job is to relax the body with oxygen, with nutrition, by not putting anything in there that makes it go into emergency mode. And I didn't even address the mental and emotional strategies, but that's also important. Relax the body. Let the body know everything's okay, that it has enough nutrients, that it has enough oxygen, and it's not confronting any emergency from toxicity or from thoughts and feelings as well. Okay?
And getting off of Lipitor was a good thing, huh?
Lipitor was the least. I can't tell you that. That's between you and your doctor. I don't like interfering with. Yeah. If you're seeing a doctor, it's not my role. It's not fair for one healthcare professional to interfere with what another healthcare professional is doing. You're going to have to make your own decision. You know where I stand on all those drugs. I don't need to repeat that, but I can't tell you personally because you're being seen by a doctor. Okay, I'm going to let you go on. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you. Yeah, it's not that there's legal issues here. It's just manners. It's just ethics. It's just being polite. If you're being seen by a doctor, that means he's trying to take care of you, and it's not my place, and it's not fair for somebody else to stick his nose into that patient-doctor relationship. If you're not seeing a doctor, that's different. But if you are being cared for by a doctor, it's not fair for me to come in there and tell you not to do something he told you to do, and I won't do that. All right, David in New York. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the bright side. David. Got David?
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man?
Taking my call.
Sure. What's going on?
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear. What's going on?
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I was just as healthy as a horse a few years ago, and I woke up with excruciating pain, and it turned out to be rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
And since then, my kidneys have failed to the point where I've been on dialysis now for 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm due for double bypass surgery this Friday.
Great. Wonderful.
Is there any help for me, Ben?
Yeah, there's a lot of help for you. How long, I'm being sarcastic when I say wonderful, they just want to cut you up, right? Nobody thought to say what the heck's going on in your body. Did they ever say what the heck is happening to make you have this problem? Did they ever say that? Did they ever explore that? Did they ever ask you questions? You have to go to a pharmacist on the radio to do that? This is terrible.
Ben, the only time that happened is when I was down to the VA, and a doctor there from India, and we got on the GMOs and the high fructose corn syrup.
He understood all that?
And he just lit up. And he said, "Oh, I'm so surprised you know about that." He said, "But I can't really push that because I'm working here in the United States, and our method is so different in India." But, yeah, he was really a good doctor to talk to.
Third world countries, supposedly. That's where they do these things.
No, Ben, never. I've even asked, and I've gotten just, no, there's nothing you can do.
Okay, well, I got about a minute here. I want to help you out, okay? Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease, as I'm sure you know. The immune system is jacked up. You know, I got a letter from a guy, or I got a phone call from a guy earlier this year who had rheumatoid arthritis, a young guy, and it broke my heart. He was in Canada. And so I just told him the same things I tell everybody on this program every time, almost repeating myself every day. And he called me up. He left me a voicemail over the holidays, and I was just so blown away. I posted it on my Facebook page. And all I did was tell him what I'm going to tell you right now. Work on your digestive system. Something's getting into your system that's complicating, that's mucking up the circulation. That's why you have kidney disease now. The immune system is dumping off its waste, basically, in the small vessels of the kidney. Work on your digestive system, food elimination, focus on fats, that whole eicosanoid connection that we've been talking about. You get on your ultimate EFAs, all your fatty vitamins. Make sure you're using your Biolumin Nightly Essence. You know what? I'm out of time, and I really want to help you. So what I'm going to do for you, my friend, is I'm going to talk about rheumatoid arthritis tomorrow. We'll do that first thing when we get on the air. So listen up, David, or if you want, you can call in as well. And I apologize, we're just out of time.
Well, actually, I'm going to be down to the Albany Med for a pre-op tomorrow morning.
Listen while you're in the hospital. Dave, we've got 10 seconds. I got to go, my friend. I'm so sorry. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening, friends. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis. but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined. From where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at disappearingdollar.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to disappearingdollar.com. Again, that's disappearingdollar.com.
Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want LeSig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from LeSig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LECIG.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
You haven't experienced yogurt until you've tried a Mossy, embodying health and flavor in a true whole milk, green-fed dairy beverage. Every sip pays homage to our old world cows and the ancient culturing methods their milk benefits from. With over 30 probiotics, a Mossy's undeniably nutritious, refined, cultured sensation bolsters your health and awakens your passion for dairy. A Mossy's so good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
As the cold and flu season approaches, Silver Lungs is ready to help you and your family through the toughest of the year by supporting your immune system and overall health. From our best-selling colloidal silver generating system to our entire line of silver-based skin gels, nasal sprays, soaps, and silver solutions. Silver solutions remain one of nature's most powerful and least expensive antibacterial agents. Now you can produce your own for pennies a day in the comfort of your home using the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. Learn more today at www.silverlungs.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs knows the benefits of supplementing with whey protein for optimal health and vitality. That's why he recommends protein shakes like the ones available through the Suzanne Division of Longevity.
Whey is ridiculously important. In fact, next to human mother's milk, whey protein is the most nutrient-dense food. There's two major proteins in cow's milk, casein and whey. The whey part of milk contains growth factors and immune-stimulating factors, building the immune system. You're talking about cancer. The body has cancer fighters built into it. The body has molecules and entities that kill cancer. Those are part of the immune system.
To build and support your immune system, order the protein shakes from the Suzanne Division of Longevity. Available in chocolate and vanilla. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
The following is an important holiday inventory announcement from IDStronghold.com.
As many of you have come to know, IDStronghold.com is the #1 name in quality RFID blocking wallets that actually do as they say and prevent electronic pickpocketing of the new RFID chips found in credit cards, room keys, subway passes, and more. Last year, due to the extreme popularity of giving ID Stronghold wallets and clutches as unique gifts at Christmas time, we ran out of our most popular styles and colors early. The good news is, we now have our holiday inventory ready for same-day shipping. We have added many more designs of beautiful leather wallets and clutches, all with state-of-the-art built-in electronic pickpocket shielding from the most respected name in RFID protection, IDStronghold.com. Don't wait and limit your choices of these great gifts. We are expecting another sellout season. These wallets aren't available in stores, so visit IDStronghold.com today. That's IDStronghold.com.